Happy Thursday, Rutgers. I'm Cassandra Sheese.
And I'm Jake Ostro. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It is March 7th, 2019.
Weather watcher Robert Bennett will give you the regional and big picture forecasts for the day.
We'll paint the town scarlet with Eva Anike Ekelar at this year's Global Sounds event.
We will take a look at our shining knight, Julie Serrano.
We've got tons to get to. Let's wake up, Rutgers.
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this cold Thursday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Thursday morning this semester with all the exciting news, events, and weather. And speaking of weathercast, did you see the snow the other day?
Oh my gosh, how could you not see it? I mean, we got like, what, almost 8 inches? So we got a lot, but I have to say, Rutgers did a great job of maintaining it. I mean, I heard them all night, so it was Sunday into Monday. I heard them all night plowing, and I left for work early in the morning, so I still had to go to the city, even though we did have that delayed opening. When I left for work in the morning, though, all the sidewalks were cleared. The roads weren't even that bad either. So I do have to say, Rutgers really kept up with the maintenance.
Everyone was really prepared for it. You know, we had a delayed opening, you said, but it wasn't much of a snow day for either of us. We were both in New York with our internships. But trains were running smoothly. I actually got into my office a little bit earlier than I normally did, even though I caught the same train. So it was great that everyone was really up and prepared for it, because I don't know if you remember back in November, that first snowstorm of the year, it always throws everyone through a loop.
Oh, for sure. And I think with this one, what's nice is a delayed opening gives students a time to sleep in. I mean, it wasn't that snowstorm that you could go out and play in and things like that, because at the end of the day, we still had classes. But it's nice to just kind of get your morning's rest. I know neither one of us really got that, but it was still easy to get to the city. That was my biggest concern, was were trains going to be delayed? Were they going to be slower? And like you said, it ran just as smoothly as they would any day.
I'm already looking forward. You know, we turn the page into March. Spring is right around the corner. Most importantly, March is Women's History Month.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge month. It's super important. We just celebrated Black History Month in February, and now this month is dedicated to women. Think of how long we've come with all the women that have paved the pathway for generations to come now. I mean, we've grown so much over the years that it's really an inspiring month.
So I guess with that being said, who is one woman that has inspired you?
Oh, one woman that's inspired me is definitely my mom. I think that's an easy answer for a lot of people. Also my grandma as well. My mom was someone who's always followed her passion and done what she loved. When 9/11 happened, my mom decided to become a nurse because she wanted to, an ER nurse, because she wanted to give back more to the community. After being a nurse for 9 years, she decided she wanted to do even more, and she opened up her own business. It's a store that the proceeds she raises goes to local churches in the area to let students go on mission trips and raise money for not only states and towns, but other countries. So to give back even further and help out our world overall. But what about you, Jake? Who's someone who inspires you?
I'm going to take the easy answer as well, and I think it's rightfully so. My mom has definitely inspired me. I'll definitely get a nice text after this one. But she got her doctorate in education back in 2016, something she worked on for 13 years. It's a very long time. It's a long project. I mean, she wrote a 300-page dissertation, and she showed me, set a great example for what hard work and determination and grit, it pays off in the long run. We got to see Barack Obama speak at graduation. It was a great celebration, and it shows just what hard work can do. But what about you, Robert? Who inspires you?
Just like the both of you, I will also say my mother. She's been, been one of my biggest inspirations throughout my entire life to do and strive to become a meteorologist throughout school, and I wouldn't be here without her help through all the school process and whatnot, because she's been through it. She has her degree. She has an art degree, but I decided to follow a little more of a science path than a art path. But she's definitely been my inspiration throughout my entire life. Back to you guys.
answer. And there's so many women throughout the generations that have inspired so many people. And tomorrow is International Women's Day. I know Rupa's got a great event that we're going to get to a little bit later in the show. But before we get to the rest of the show, let's see how much you know.
How long have we celebrated Women's History Month? We'll find out the answer right after this.
Being a Rutgers student isn't always as sweet as it seems. If you're not prepared, you might find yourself needing some help.
I need help. I can't find my term bill.
Luckily, help is here. Getting to and paying your term bill is as easy as tying your shoelaces.
To get to your term bill, just go to studentabc.rutgers.edu and press the button that says Pay Your Bill. From there, you can log in with your NetID or RUID. The site will direct you to your account summary where you can find your term bill for any semester.
Okay, but how do I pay my term bill?
Great question.
For payment options, just refer to the right-hand side column on your account summary page. It's that easy.
Wow, that was really helpful.
All in a day's work.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, how long have we celebrated Women's History Month? Now it's time to find out the answer.
The first Women's History Month started in March of 1987. We've been celebrating for 32 years. And in my opinion, Cass, with so many women that have inspired over the generations, I think 32 years is not long enough.
Of course. I mean, we think back to, let's say, Amelia Earhart. I mean, she flew around the country in 1937. I mean, that's 50 years earlier than that. But it's nice that we finally have come and picked a date and celebrated it. I mean, you have to start somewhere, so I'll take 32 years. 32 is still a lot at the end of the day, but it's amazing that we've come so far and we have grown, and we started think in 1937 with just one woman. It started way earlier before that. We think of when women had rights to vote, things like that. So we've really grown and we've really come a long way, but it's amazing that we finally have this month to give back to all the women that's inspired us. But someone who also inspires me to wake up early and give the best report on this station is our very own Robert Bennett. So over to you with the weather.
Thank you, Cass. It is weather watching time. Weather watcher Robert Bennett here, bringing you this forecast on this episode of Wake Up Rutgers. We walked out the door this morning. It was pretty cold, 24 degrees under frigid conditions under those, but it was nice and sunny out there. Dew point's 9 degrees, humidity's up at 57% with a south-southwest wind around 5 miles per hour. Our weather headlines for today: we will be slowly crawling out of this bitter cold we've been in. The south will remain active. I'll be showing you that some severe weather that will be going on in the south, and we do have several chances of precipitation in the upcoming 3 to 5 days in New Brunswick. Today, though, partly sunny, breezy with a slight chance of a snow shower might pass through at times. High of 34 degrees with a west wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then tonight, we have partly cloudy skies, chance of some light snow flurries with a west wind around 5 to 10 miles an hour, remaining cold with a low of 19 degrees. The south has been remaining active, and they had severe weather last week with few tornadoes. Unfortunately, a few of them were deadly, but they do have a chance of that occurring again as a strong storm system will move from west to east across the country. This will also be giving us our rain on Saturday, but you can see the Storm Prediction Center has a large slight risk area of severe weather across much of the south, marginal risks surrounding that with general thunderstorms even stretching up into the mid-Atlantic region. We shouldn't see any thunderstorm activity here, but nonetheless, the south can be also once again dealing with some large hail, damaging winds, and even a few tornadoes, even a few strong ones. That does go into your Sunday across the south when that cold front does continue to move to the east over the next several days. Later on the show, I'll be giving you a regional outlook for us and across the Northeast, and then the 5-day forecast. Back to you guys.
Well, you know, it's never great to see severe weather. You know, it's happened in the past and it'll happen now. I saw that the radar reached out into Oklahoma. One of my great friends is out in Oklahoma. Hope she's safe and that everyone in the area is safe as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about the weather that happens all different places. It's so different. I mean, we're having snow, other Souths are having tornadoes, so it's kind of just great to be aware that Robert points us all out to who to reach out to and make sure that they're staying safe and taking the right precautions and things like that. But we have so much to get to during the show, so we'll be back with news and events right after this.
As a commuter, it's hard to make connections outside of class.
Tell me about it.
Did you know that there's a place for commuters to meet up between classes?
No, I didn't.
That's right. The Rutgers Commuter Student Organization's primary goal is to serve commuter needs and interests while building a bigger commuter community on campus. Located in the Bush Student Center, the RCSA Commuter Lounge has many appliances that help make commuter lives easier, such as a microwave, a refrigerator, computers, and even a TV. The RCSA also holds events. It's the perfect place to relax, do homework, and make some friends. Don't have classes on Bush? Don't worry. There is a new commuter lounge in the Douglas Student Center as well. The commuter lounges are open every Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays. For more information, visit rcsa.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. I mean, we all know it's Women's History Month, but that doesn't mean that there's things not happening with the news and things like that, so we're going to jump into our news and events right now. Eileen Huntington, a Rutgers School of Communication and Information alumna, went on to build the Huntington Learning Center from the ground up after graduation. She was recently recognized nationally and awarded the prestigious IFA Entrepreneur of the Year award for her business. As a first-generation college student, she was inspired to create a company that provides tutoring and prep services. Prior to this, she had years of experience as a teacher. However, Huntington and her husband noticed a need in their business by the influx of enrollees, so they left their full-time jobs and committed to growing the learning centers to the success they are today. As the founder, Huntington's greatest reward has been making the lives of struggling students easier and putting education first. Well, Jake, I mean, I went to Huntington Learning Center when I was preparing for my SATs, so I think it's crazy that this was a Rutgers alumna. I mean, to give back and help these students, I mean, I wouldn't have done as well on the SATs if it wasn't for going there. I was sat down with tutors, we ran through all the material, and then I took practice SATs. So it was really a preparation place that I could go and was comfortable, so when I took the exam, I knew what I needed.
Well, it's so great that Rutgers has such an impact, Rutgers alumni have such an impact post-graduation, and we're both School of Communication and Information students. School of Communication and Information building is right there on Huntington Street. No surprise, Rutgers making an impact, but it's so great that she put a commitment to putting education first, which has been a huge part in so many of Rutgers' programs. Rutgers football players have gotten an opportunity to have a life-changing experience away from the football field. Since Coach Chris Ash's arrival, Scarlet Knights have implemented several culture-changing initiatives, but the Service Knights program might just be the most important one. Since January, nearly 24 Rutgers players have spent time talking to students at Belmont Runyon Elementary School in Newark, at Arbor Intermediate School in Piscataway, and Franklin Middle School in Somerset. The hope is to continue to grow the program so the team can reach out to other New Jersey districts and make a difference in a kid's life. And Cass, you know how much influence Rutgers players can have on the football field, but it's great to see that they're taking such an initiative to go and make a difference off of it.
Oh, of course. I mean, I remember as a kid just seeing an older person enter the room. I mean, these are just college students, but to see a big football player, you're inspired right away. I mean, as a child, you look up to these bigger kids and they're playing with you, reading you stories. So it's nice that they're really immersing themselves and involving them in these elementary students' lives, just because I remember as a kid, I looked up to the bigger kids and wanted to be them one day. And now they're D1 football players, and that's amazing because they started just in those little seats that they're now giving back to. And I mean, we see all these inspirational things, students at Rutgers, but now we have a whole month dedicated to just inspiring women, and we have so many events that go along right with that. Show appreciation to women who have impacted history worldwide this Friday, March 8th, as RUPA celebrates International Women's Day. The event will be taking place at the Douglas Student Center from 12 to 4 p.m. There will be different activities to give thanks to all the wonderful women who have empowered other women and people everywhere. Well, Jake, like I said, I mean, There are so many women who have paved this pathway. I mean, I mentioned Amelia Earhart earlier. That is just one woman who's inspired many. So I think it's great that Rutgers is taking the time to honor so many of these different women. You can't just have one event for one person because there are so many.
We oftentimes talk about RUPA events that are here on campus, and it's so great that they have an International Women's Day event, but that's just the tip of the iceberg with their events for the weekend. Take a trip to New Orleans this Saturday, March 9th, as RUPA holds their annual Masquerade Ball. Grab your friends, dress up, and dance the night away. Festivities start at 7 in the Zimmerly Art Museum. To purchase tickets or to find out more information, check out getinvolved.rutgers.edu. And Cass, it's so great that RUPA offers an event where students can take a Saturday night off and pretend like they're in The Great Gatsby.
No, I mean, I think it's a great way to kind of just take a study break. I know we're kind of in midterm season right now, a lot of studying, preparing for exams just before spring break. So this gives you a night to take that little break, dress up, do your hair, put some makeup on, feel good, go with your friends and dance the night away. I mean, it's just nice to get away. And an event we previously had was the Global Sounds event, where just like at that event where you're learning, you're also having the dance floor, some music to kind of just let loose and have fun. So our very own Eva Nika Ekelar went to the Global Sounds event, and we're going to check that out right now.
What's up, Rutgers? I'm Eva, and we're here today at the College Avenue Student Center for Global Sounds, A Taste of Africa. Africa as a continent boasts a wealth of culture, music, and food. And today, RUPA and Wanawake are taking us on a trip to the motherland. Let's go check it out. So how did this event come about?
So we have a series that we've been doing for the last couple of years, and it's called Global Sounds, where we pick a different region of the world and we try to represent them in the best way possible, music-wise, food-wise, culturally as much as we can. And so today we're doing A Taste of Africa, and we're partnering with RU Wanawake, which is an African student organization, and we're working with them to bring the culture of Africa and the different regions that exist to light.
So what have you experienced so far?
So I guess each of these tables is a different region of Africa, and they'll have different fabrics and jewelry and games even that those regions have, and food too. So I've just kind of been going around surveying each of the tables and trying the food and stuff.
And why do you think it's important that students are exposed to different cultures and the regions of Africa?
Well, diversity, which is a giant thing in America because we're not one homogenous race out here. It's just really important because you're gonna meet people in your life that are different from you. They have different experiences, different cultures. So by exposing yourself to them now, it helps you better understand them.
What do you hope that people take away or learn after this event?
I would hope that people, after this event, were able to look and be like, wow, I didn't know this person looks like this and can be African, you know what I'm saying? Or wow, I didn't know that Africans eat baklava. That's a food that typically people would, associate Middle Eastern people, but what people aren't as familiar with is that North Africans have a Middle Eastern influence because of the different regions that have intertwined with their culture. We definitely just want to let people know that Africa is a very unique land.
Well, Rutgers, thanks to RUPA and RU Wanawake, we got to experience a little taste of what Africa has to offer. Hope you enjoyed this global experience as much as I did. Until next time, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm Eva Nika Ekelar, RUTV.
Welcome back, Rutgers. It's always great to feature some of the most influential events that we have on campus, just like you just saw with the Global Sounds event. But it's also great to feature some of Rutgers' most influential students. So now it's time to check out our shining knight, Julie Serrano.
Hi, my name is Julie Serrano, and I'm your SAS Senate Leader. RUSA is the Rutgers University Student Assembly, basically just your student government. What I do is I whip up all of the SAS senators and make sure that we vote in a voting block and ensure that we're just engaged throughout the Senate. But within the Senate, I'm also just a regular senator, so I work on initiatives and bills throughout the entire body. I've always known that I wanted to be in positions of leadership within higher education, and coming into Rutgers, such a big school, I knew that I wanted to make impactful change. I just didn't know how. Luckily, I met my best friend, And she told me about RUSA, and she told me about how RUSA actually was able to implement change and was able to get things done. RUSA is indirectly helping me achieve my future goal because it's teaching me how to be a better leader, teaching me how to write resolutions, teaching me how to be an influential person in general. It takes a lot of effort to pass things in RUSA, mostly because we are representing the entire student body, that is 36,000 students. We need to make sure that everything that we're doing is representative of all of the students' needs and what will best benefit students in general. Meeting different student leaders from different backgrounds with different goals and different initiatives have been by far my favorite experience being in RUSA. These people have not only become a part of my family and my friend group, but they've also encouraged me to be a better person in general. They push me to do what I want to do and do it to the best of my ability. After graduation, I hope to get into law school where I'm going to be specializing in immigration law. It's been a dream of my entire life. In 20 years, I see myself in Congress writing comprehensive immigration reform. Actually, now I hope to get that done before 20 years from now, but if not, I'll be working on it then. Students should join RUSA because it is an incredible opportunity to make impactful change on campus. RUSA has equipped me with the tools that I need to be successful in the future, and I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. I consider myself a very optimistic person, so a quote that I like to live by is, "Don't let the world change your smile, change the smile of the world." We all have a light inside of us, and if we just use it in any way, even if it's to benefit one person or to help one person, that is an impactful change that can potentially change somebody's life. Even though that may not seem like a big thing for you, changing somebody's life for the better is essentially changing the world for the better.
Well, Jake, I think Julie is a great person to feature on the show this day. I mean, we're talking a lot about Women's History Month and influential women, and Julie is the epitome of that. I mean, she is someone who's involved in politics, which we know is a male-dominated field, even though we have the most women representing Congress in the House of Representatives right now, so that's amazing. But it's great to see someone so active in our student body on campus that's so involved in a male-dominated field.
Well, it is Women's History Month, as you said, but it's great, as you said, that the most women are represented in the House of Representatives, making our own history in the present day. And here we see Julie making her first inroads at maybe a change in history as well. More Wake Up Rockers after this.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can run today. I'm really busy and, wait, what? You're running there? I did not know this. I didn't even know that was a place.
Do you know all the places on campus where you can work out and exercise? Well, we do, and we want to share that with you. Werblin Recreation Center is located on Bush campus on the corner of Frelinghuysen and Bartholomew Road. Werblin has everything from badminton courts to an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The Livingston Recreation Center is located on Road 3 off of Joyce Kilmer Avenue. This center has a full weight room, hosts many different classes, and even has a spa located right inside to help you relax after a tough workout or maybe just a tough exam. The Cook Douglas Recreation Center is located on Beale Road, across from the Cook Student Center. This recreation building comes equipped with a fun fitness center, pool, and racquetball courts for those of you who like sports with a little danger. The College Avenue Gym is located directly on College Avenue, right next to the Student Center. This location has multiple gyms and basketball courts, power and conditioning rooms, and is the only location with a rock wall. The Rutgers Fitness Center is located on Easton Avenue on the College Avenue campus. This is the only location that is just a fitness center, so this might be the place for people looking to just work with weights and machines. Rutgers also has multiple bike and walking paths that run throughout all the campuses. You can find a map of all the paths at rudots.rutgers.edu/bikewalk. Most facilities are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. Weekend hours vary, but you can find out more information about the facilities and their hours at recreation.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. As you see, we have so many gyms here on campus that it's great to get involved and kind of check them all out. They're all so different, but they have great equipment, they have great services. Someone who I always know is hitting the gym and working out, our very own Robert Bennett. Over to you with the weather.
I don't know about that all now. I don't really get out and do that kind of stuff. But I do work at the recreation department as a aquatic supervisor, as I in charge of a lot of lifeguards over there. But let's look at the weather for the region. Over in Indiana, Pennsylvania, 27 degrees with some flurries possible throughout the area. Up in Rome, New York, same thing, 22 degrees with some light snow showers that time. Over in Albany, could see similar stories. Same thing with Mount Pocono, both coming in at 25 degrees. Down in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, at 35 degrees, we'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day. And then in Fairfax, we will also see a little bit warmer, 40 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Cools down once again, so the cold is still in place over in Indiana, Pennsylvania at 17 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Rome at 9 degrees with some lingering snow showers. But for the rest of the Northeast, relatively clear. In Albany, might still see some of those snow showers. Mount Pocono at 9 degrees. In Central Park, it's going to get pretty chilly, 24 degrees. Cherry Hill, similar story down in Fairfax at 21 and 27 degrees respectively. Looking at the 5-day forecast, you can see that we do have several precipitation chances today. We do have that chance of some light snow flurries at times throughout the day with temperature 34 degrees, and we're going to be dropping down to around 19 here in New Brunswick. Similar story on Friday, later on in the day. We have 37 degrees with the temperature with a low of 28 degrees with those snow showers. Might get a little light dusting of snow, but nothing to be too concerned about, unlike last week's storm. Saturday is we start warming up a little bit, 45 degrees with a low of 33. Sunday we bring in heavier rain, especially during the morning and to the early afternoon, with 51 degrees with a low of 38. And on your Monday, it's going to look very nice out there, mostly sunny skies with a temperature of 50 degrees. Be sure to keep up on all the weather updates at RUTV channel 24/1 every 15 minutes. Check us out on our Facebook page at RUTV Weather Watcher. Follow us on Twitter at RUTVWW using the hashtag RUWeather. And be sure to send us those photos out there. And you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that notification bell every time a forecast is uploaded at RUTV Weather Watcher. Back to you guys.
Great to see that we're finally getting some warmer weather. It's not too great about that snow in upper New York, though. But when in Rome.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, we are looking at maybe some snow on Friday, which is something I am not looking forward to. I mean, 19 degrees as a low is pretty cold. I was cold just this morning and we weren't even at 19 degrees. Yeah.
It is
but
freezing.
I know I have like a dance on Friday night and I'll be wearing a dress and it's not something that I want to be out in the snow and in the cold. That's when my legs get all goosebumps and everything like that. So definitely have to dress warm for that. But we have more to get to, so we'll be back after this.
Did you lose your ID? Not sure of what to do? First, send an email to lostcard@aps.rutgers.edu to suspend your card so no one else can use it. Next, visit one of the RU Connection offices to have your lost or stolen ID card replaced. There is an office located on every campus. Records Hall on College Avenue is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bush, Cook Douglas, and Livingston campus housing offices are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. The Public Safety Card office is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Fridays. You will need to pay for your new ID with $20 in RU Express. If you don't have RU Express, you can go to the cashier's office next to Records Hall before getting a new ID. Make sure to provide a form of unexpired government-issued photo identification when asking for a new ID. It's that easy to replace your ID. Make sure to keep it in a safe place so you don't lose it again. For more information and a more detailed explanation, visit pst.rutgers.edu/rules.php.
Well, Rutgers, that will do it for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on social media by searching RU Network, and follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRuckers. We love to hear from you.
Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Jake Ostrov.
And I'm Cassandra Sheese. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.